still finding it hard to crack the 3 laps. I'm still running to the park and going around twice, and then I get for the third one and I just take an exit and think, oh, maybe next time. And I just can't seem to find that special something, that extra little bit of energy or push or whatever it is to get around for that third time. Maybe it's time, I don't have time to do it. Maybe I'm not sleeping enough, maybe I'm missing out on the right foods. So it could be any of those things. I don't know, maybe I'm eating the wrong stuff, maybe I'm not having enough energy. Now that takes us to another point. I decided that, hey, look, I'll look a bit further into cholesterol and what it is actually, and I came across this this pretty informative article about myths surrounding dietary fat and cholesterol. There's in fact 9 of them that have been highlighted. So once again, I'm using www.healthline.com as my reference. It's impartial. It's not a sales group or anything. It's not a private group. I did do a general Google and I kept on coming up with a lot of websites that are pushing you towards their product. So I've just kept right away from those, and I've decided to stay with this one. So there are 9 myths about dietary fat and cholesterol. Okay, I'll just list them off. Eating fat leads to weight gain. So you go into that, we'll talk about that later on another podcast, but that's just one of them. Number 2, cholesterol-rich foods are unhealthy. That's apparently a myth. Saturated fat causes heart disease. Another myth to be debunked. Number 4, high fat and cholesterol-rich food should be avoided during pregnancy. Another common myth. Eating fat increases diabetic risk. Okay, that's another myth. And number 6, margarine and omega-6 rich oils are healthier. Another myth. 7th one, everyone responds to dietary cholesterol in the same way. We'll look at that one just a little bit more in this session. And number 8, high fat foods are unhealthy. And number 9, fat-free products are a smart choice. We'll have a bit closer look at that one as well. So let's just focus on this one here. Everyone responds to dietary cholesterol in the same way. Now that is a myth. It's not true. A lot of it comes down to your genetics. Okay, so a lot of what you eat, if you just go out and pick out on unhealthy food, obviously that's going to be bad for you. Obviously, we all know that. You're going to have fast foods and soft drinks and all that. We just know that those are high in sugar and all sorts of problems come with that as well. So I'm not suggesting that, but what I am suggesting, or what this article is expressing, and I won't read the whole thing, is that people do respond differently. And it comes back to a lot of genetics. Okay, so I'll just summarize here because that's all we have time for. Not everyone responds to dietary cholesterol in the same way. Genetics play an important role in how your body responds to cholesterol-rich foods. Okay, so you just might be like me. I'm kind of figuring that I'm one of those people that just cannot handle them so much as well as the next person. So you can't just say, oh, I had a cousin, or I've got an uncle, or my grandfather ate what he liked, because yeah, he might have had the genetics and you might have got some of those, but you may not have got all of them. My wife's grandfather had a really bad diet, but he lived to 100. But if I did that same thing, I may not make it that far, definitely wouldn't, I would say. So it does come down to genetics, and you need to be aware of that. The other thing is that fat-free products are a smart choice, and that's a myth. Okay, that's the second one I'm highlighting out of the 9. Processed fat-free foods are not a good choice for overall health. These foods are commonly high in added sugar and other unhealthy additives. Okay, so going natural is probably a better option. If you walk around your local supermarket, chances are you'll spot an abundance of fat-free products, including salad dressings, ice cream, milk, cookies, cheese, and potato chips, and they're all marketed as fat-free. These items are typically marketed to those looking to slash calories from their diet by choosing lower calorie foods. While low fat foods might seem like a smart choice, these foods aren't good for overall health. Unlike natural fat-free foods, such as most fruits and veggies, processed fat-free foods contain ingredients that can negatively affect your body weight, metabolic health, and more. So don't always trust the labels that say that, hey, you can eat this ice cream, it's fat-free. They've taken the fat out. Yes, they're not lying, but they've put something else there to replace it. I'm just generalizing here, but that is what you got to look out for. So it is better if you want to get your sugar rush, go to fruit and go to veggies. I know it's hard. It's hard because you want to do that. I want to do it, but I'm learning not to do it. Okay, anyway, you have a good day. That was my rave for the day, and take care. I'll see you again. Ciao for now.